Hello, it's Leanne Peters here. I'm from templeofbalance.com.au, Temple of Balance on Facebook and Temple of Balance on YouTube. And I'm here to share some guidance for Friday, Saturday and Sunday. So that's why I'm here. Extra special welcome to my Temple of Balance patrons, my Pillar of Light family, and all of those of you who support my work through my website. Thank you so much for your support. At the moment, actually on Monday, I realised that my Temple of Balance Facebook page this Monday turns 10. So it was just accident that I happened to see the date about 2 weeks ago. And so it was the 26th of August 2009 that I started this page where this is streaming from. So it's quite exciting. 10 years on Facebook, wow. Who would have ever thought that something like this would hang around for that long? Well, it had its, we had our doubts, or I had my doubts over the years, that's for sure, but it's so good to still be here. So thanks so much for being a part of my Temple of Balance Facebook page, or my Facebook community. I've got lots of pages and groups all around the place, as you probably know. So thank you. So if you're new to watching, welcome. What I'm going to be doing today is using my combined Speed of Light Oracle cards with my Animal Kingdom Oracle cards, and I'll be looking for the best cards for Friday, the best card for Saturday, and the best card for Sunday, and then the best card for the theme for Friday, Saturday and Sunday. So obviously I'm here for 3 days. Usually it would be for 2, but I plan on going offline for the weekend, so I just thought that I'd sort of bunch these days together. Now if you see scratches on my hand, the cat had a go at me yesterday. Well, not intentionally. She had a slip and dug her claws into my hand. So I just thought I'd mention it in case it shows up in the video. So let's get started, shall we? So I'm not doing personal requests for guidance here today. This is general guidance for everyone. So I trust that you've been led here for a reason, and I trust that something shared will be helpful and supportive for you. So just take on board what feels right, what resonates with you, and let the rest go. So if it doesn't make sense, it doesn't matter. It's so good to see you all. Thanks for stopping by. I am just about to do a live stream healing event over on my YouTube channel. So I thought I would stop in beforehand, share with you, and then I'll be going straight over to YouTube. But I'll mention that later. This is our Friday card. It's a Speed of Light Oracle. It's the Temple of Maya, card 51, and it says manifestation, revelation, and purpose. This brings something substantial. In some cases, that substantial thing is in the form of a structure or a building of some sort. So there might be something extra important about a building or a house or a institution or some type of structure that you're dealing with on Friday. Now with that aside, I also see this brings what I would say a representation of structure, more structure to our life. So for me that means a stronger sense of purpose. You know, a feeling of belonging, that we belong here, that there is purpose to our life. And there has been a lot of questioning such things for us personally over these last few weeks. A lot of us have been questioning our purpose. A lot of us have been making changes to what brings us or what we feel to be to create substantial purpose or meaning for us in our life. Things that created meaning before, we may have sort of put some things aside, and we may be bringing new senses of purpose or meaning forward. So there's been a bit of a shuffling lately that I've noticed of purpose, of meaning, of structure in our life. So for some of us on Friday, we might be also, well, questioning that, but there is a sense here that we might be starting to establish a new momentum, if you like, of movement, a new momentum of purpose or meaning for us, a new sense of belonging. So the steps that we've been putting in, the steps that we've been putting into practice, the dedication that we've been making this week, we might find as we finish the week up that we feel more like we belong here than, say, we might have done this same time last week when we might have been questioning everything. So there is a sort of an anchoring here at the end of the week where that instability, that scattered, chaotic energy that we've been dealing with sort of feels like it's moving on now. The storm is passing and the sun is shining. So let's allow that to come into our life. And if you're still dealing with the tail end of the storm or the tail end of the scattered, chaotic sort of energy, just let it pass. Try not to keep it active by keep going back to it, by keep reliving the stories, to just keep that tail always in our life, well, for now, until we can let our hold go of it, let the chaos, the scattered energy move on so that we can feel a little bit more anchored, if you like. It feels like an anchor, anchored in by the end of the week. So that's the Temple of Maya for Friday. So let's now look for the best card for Saturday, the 24th of August. Thank you for joining me, everybody. I'm coming to you live now from Tasmania, Australia. It is Friday the 23rd here at exactly 6:47 p.m. I don't usually come this time of the day, but sometimes I do, like now. So I trust you're well. Saturday the 24th of August, and we'll go with this card. It's another Speed of Light Oracle. Hi Priscilla. It's a featured card. It's the White Tiger. So this featured card has further instructions here, which say to split the deck and take the top card. So I'm just going to split the deck. I keep the top deck aside in case this is a featured card too, which it isn't. How interesting, we've got the White Tiger and the Black Panther. Don't know that I've ever had this combination, but how cool is this, these big cats? So we've got these coming up together for Saturday. So they've come up together for a reason. What I'm going to do is look at them separately, and then we're going to look at their relationship together. The White Tiger, card 48, it says schedule, routine, adjustment, and management. So this is very much about how we're spending our time. So looking at our schedule, our priorities, and how we're spending our time at the moment, but especially on Saturday. Now, because we've been shuffling things around, hi Canty Devi, yes, the Black Panther sure does love you. Because we've been dealing with scattered stuff and we've been shuffling things around, and we're coming, what I feel, to the end of the week with a little bit more of an anchored sense of purpose and meaning and belonging that we're personally feeling. It feels like some things may have shifted for us, and some of our priorities may have changed. So we might find on Saturday that we feel supported to look at our priorities or how we spend our time and make some cuts to our schedule, or cuts to the thing, cut out some things that don't support us or don't feel right anymore. And so we can make room for some new things to come in. So this is very much about looking at how we spend our time, avoiding procrastination. If you tend to do that or have been lately, then this is very much about just getting up and just focusing on it without overthinking, because procrastination tends to come with overthinking. I don't procrastinate much. It's not in my nature really at all. I can't even think of the last time I procrastinated. So it's not something that happens really for me, but the few times I have felt it, it does seem to bring with it a lot of overthinking. So I try and recognize when I'm in that overthinking space and just push it aside and just focus on what I'm doing. So if you've been procrastinating, that may be relevant for you too. So definitely time management. And we've got the Black Panther, card 30, and it says find acceptance. Find acceptance. This has been quite a big theme for this whole month for a lot of us personally, and in general as well across the board, is how can we find a way to accept. Now, usually it's about accepting something that we didn't want to happen, or we didn't want things to be this way, or we didn't want that person not to be in our life anymore. So sometimes it's quite painful to look at what we need to accept, but this is really an important step in letting ourselves move forward. So what are you struggling to accept, and what can you do on Saturday, because the energy feels supportive, for us to make time, because this is the time card, make time to find a way to accept. So to stop putting acceptance off, to stop distracting ourselves with other things and occupying our time with other things that may be just a distraction from us really looking face on. I mean, the Black Panther's not a easy power animal to deal with. It's usually quite confronting. So how can we make time to really look at what we need to accept now, so that we can close that door, so that we can move on? And acceptance doesn't mean that we have to forget. Now, this is especially important if it's connected with grief, because I feel that sometimes when we're going through a big grief period, that it's difficult to let ourselves accept because we don't want to forget. So we can hold the special memories, whether it's to do with a grief or a loved one, or whether it's to do with just a part of our life, a part of ourselves that's changed now. We might be grieving that old part of our life, or grieving who we used to be. So we can still hold the memories very close in our heart, like a photo album, a precious photo album that we keep close. But allowing acceptance in also allows us to let the hurt go, it's really giving ourselves permission to get on with our life in some ways. So the message here with these two cards is to make time to find acceptance. So if that's important for you, you should know what that relates to. So see how you go. The Saturday feels very supportive for that, if that's what you need to do. So thank you. Now let's look for the best card for Sunday, the 25th of August. Sunday the 25th. Let me just do a time check. Oh, yep, pretty good. Oops. Except then I dropped the cards. Hold on. Let me just pick these up. They just needed a bit of a reshuffle, it seems. So the best card now for Sunday the 25th of August. On Sunday I'm doing my first ever marching band practice. I won't tell you where because I don't know how it's going to go. But this brass band that I joined a few months ago, we're in a state championships next month, and we're doing marching band, which I've never done before, so it's going to be really amusing and interesting. So I've got my notebook. That's what I'll be doing on Sunday. Preparing myself for marching band. So this is Sunday's card. It's an Animal Kingdom Oracle card, and we have another featured card, but this is a featured timing card. And it says here, take the second card from the top of the deck. So I just go down to number 2. It's focus. Okay, so we've got these two cards have come up together for a reason for Sunday. So we're going to look at them individually then together. But this is a timing card. So this is the lunar cycle, and it's card 53. And it says 1 month. So this talks about a 1 month period approximately. So we're looking at a few weeks, if you like. And for the next few weeks, we're being encouraged to focus on the message of this card, which is card 38, focus. And it says holding position, timing, growth. There's the timing thing coming up again. So this is very much about holding our stance, holding our position. So we've walked our path. We know all the reasons why we chose to do this or chose not to do that. We know what our agenda has been, what our passion has been, what our motives have been. We know why, hopefully, if we've been doing it consciously, why we've taken all those steps that we've taken to get to this point here right now in this moment. So we might find, and sometimes with this card when it comes up, it shows that There might be naysayers or people who don't get why we made a decision or why we want to go this way and not that way. We might have people in our ear telling us what to do. And even though it's great to listen sometimes, it's always great to take advice or think about, okay, maybe something can be seen here or presented that I might not be seeing. So, it's always good to be open to advice, but it's always important to make sure we're happy with the decisions that we're making. So we're the ones that are living our life. We're the ones that walked our path to get to this point. We're the ones that are here now dealing with whatever myriad of things that we're dealing with. So we're the best counsel for ourselves. So even though we might have people's opinions coming at us, and we can certainly listen to them if we want to, it's going to be very much up to us what we choose we want to do. And that's a position that some of us feel that we might be in on Sunday, but it's going to be relevant for the next month, so the next couple of weeks at least, is to really become sure, more confident about the person that we are, the decisions that we've made and the decisions that we're making now. So this is very much, to me, feels like standing in our confidence, being comfortable in our skin, trusting in the decisions that we make and where we feel we want to take our life. And this is very much solitary, it feels. So even though there may be other people involved in our decision, or there may be other people involved in our life, it always, or at the moment anyway, with this card, it seems to point back to us as individuals. So that's what I'm feeling for Sunday. Standing tall and confident and sure about ourselves. This sort of really flows on well from Friday's card, which was the Temple of Maya, if you missed it, which is very much, it felt very anchoring, very quite solid and structured in its energy. So as we kind of come out of the chaotic energy, remember earlier in the week I talked about finding order in the chaos. If you watched my video on Monday, I think it was Monday, sort of feels like that tail end leaving towards the end of the week, as finding a little bit more substance, a bit more anchored in ourselves, in our life, in our journey by the end of the week. And by Sunday, there's this sense of us feeling more confident and sure about ourselves, more comfortable in our own skin. And it's not something that's just going to happen. We do have to make an effort to let ourselves move forward, to find acceptance, to create something. I don't know if you've seen my dedication that I've made all this week, which is I've chosen to follow the path of love. And each day, each morning when I wake up, I'm just feeling on the best motto for me to hold that day for my dedication. So today my motto is love moves me. So I've been repeating that all day as much as I can. I've been in between doing things. I've been really feeling the movement of love, like air, like the blood moving through my body, and just really connecting more. So this is my 5th day of dedication, and so I've had to, I think we have to put the effort in to let ourselves move out of the tunnel or out of the ruts or out of the dark times, or find acceptance, to let ourselves move forward, to let ourselves find more purpose and belonging and meaning in our life, to build our confidence and help us feel more confident and sure about who we are, and stand tall in our skin and that sort of thing. It takes effort. So, I really feel it's important for us to continue to be observant of ourselves, to pay attention to how we feel, what we're thinking, what we're reacting to, what we've got an issue with at this time, and really face these things honestly and make an effort to continue moving forward. So let's see what the theme is, shall we, for Friday, Saturday and Sunday, the theme for these 3 days. So this will bring these days together and help us see the bigger picture for Friday, Saturday and Sunday. Now, what's the time? Oh, it's 7:01. If you're waiting for me on YouTube, I'll be there in a moment. I'm about to host a healing event, so I'll be going straight from here to YouTube. That's Temple of Balance on YouTube if you've got a few minutes and you want to come over and connect with me live. But the best card for the theme is this. It's an Animal Kingdom. And it's the Tiger Shark. Oh, wow. I haven't seen this for ages. It's card 20. And it says, open your heart. Open your heart is the theme for Friday, Saturday and Sunday, if we're open to it. So there's a sensitivity, a vulnerability to this. The shark here is revealing its most vulnerable side, its underbelly. But, almost with pride. There's almost a sense of pride here in this exposure of its underbelly, this exposure of its heart, this exposure of its vulnerability, this tenderness. I love that word, tenderness. So let's allow ourselves to reveal our tenderness, our vulnerable side, our heart, as best as we can over Friday, Saturday and Sunday. And this doesn't necessarily mean just flashing our heart to every man and his dog that we come across over Friday, Saturday and Sunday. I feel this is more about opening our heart and revealing ourselves to the most important person in our life. And that's us. Because like I've said recently, we're the one constant in our life. From that moment we take our first breath to the moment we breathe our last breath. We are there with ourselves every step of the way. People will come, people will go. We are the one constant in our life. So the first person that we're probably best to reveal ourselves to and open our hearts to is us. So what do you need to do now to connect with that part of yourself? To let yourself feel and be okay with feeling whatever it is that you're feeling. To express your passion for something, your gratitude for something, your unhappiness with something. So what do you need to reveal to yourself over this weekend? And we may find that extends out into our relationships, so our closest relationships, and then our acquaintances and people we may interact with on a broader level this weekend. So the shark, the tiger shark, inspires us to open our heart and be okay with opening our heart. So letting ourselves feel the wounds that we've been feeling that has closed off our heart. Letting ourselves feel joy, to feel afraid, to feel unsure, to feel acceptance, to feel purpose, to feel meaning, to feel alive. So there's something really beautiful about, it's almost to me now feels like we've planted a seed and now letting that plant that seed germinate and blossom and grow. And that's us, letting ourselves germinate, blossom and grow. So what do you need to do? What effort do you need to make? What do you need to pay attention to so that you can support this movement for this weekend? So that's our tiger shark. I trust it resonates with you, and thank you so much for joining me today. I'm not going to hang around, so I've just used my combined decks here. If you want to learn more about them, have a look on my website at templeofbalance.com.au. If you enjoyed the video, you know what to do. Please hit the thumbs up button. Please show us some love. Please comment or share if you're inspired to, and if you want to connect more privately, just send us a message through our website. Thank you so much. There's lots of stuff happening. So I've just released new pendants on the website. There's only a couple left now, so have a look if you're inspired to see. Also, I'm about to host the healing event on YouTube for patrons, which I'm actually running late for, so I'm coming over right now once I move all my stuff. So I'll be over there in a couple of minutes. That's Temple of Balance on YouTube if you want to come and see and connect. We've also down to 3 spaces left for our Tasmania Healing Retreat. So they might be snaffled up quite quickly. So if you have been thinking about it, perhaps have a look and see how it feels to you, if you want to proceed or not. And all orders at the moment that are $30 or more, not including shipping, you'll all receive a 1-card email reading from me this week. That's all orders before Friday the 30th of August to celebrate 10 years on Facebook. Wow, 10 years on Facebook. Thanks so much for joining me. I'm going to scoot over to YouTube. So sending you lots of love and have a great weekend. I'm going to be offline, so I'll see you again on Monday if I don't see you on YouTube. So thanks so much for joining me. Have fun, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now.